Greetings to you all and welcome back to Let's Play Danganronpa. We're on what is almost certainly the final trial. Let's continue. Can I stop flashing back to the time I was attacked in my sleep? It's very traumatic for me. Oh yeah, I was covered in burns.
No, not at all. I'm positive.
Then this much has been made clear.
What the mastermind should have done is burnt their hand before they went for this.
There can be no doubt that the one who attacked Makoto is the true mastermind.
This is just awful! On top of my secret being revealed, I had to look at those positively grotesque scars of yours.
That's a bit mean.
Sorry, did I say that out loud? I do hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
We need one of those classic hero. Don't be mean.
Not at all. You can say whatever you want.
Sure, as long as it means pushing me farther into the corner, right? But I'm not cornered just yet. Because if you haven't noticed, the circumstances surrounding Mukuro's death are totally unknown.
That's true. All we know right now is she was killed a good while before this morning.
On the contrary, we don't know anything other than that.
You're not going to tell us she was already dead before we arrived here or something, are you?
In that regard, you have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, I think he said that there were 16 students at the start. So she couldn't have been dead before the start.
You, without a doubt,
Yeah.
She died after our little killing game began here.
Then somehow she was killed in secret without any of us knowing.
And after she died, who knows how much time went by before we found her, right?
I know. It was several days.
Did the culprit stash her somewhere? She couldn't have been in the garden the whole time, could she?
Well, you got to think the mastermind had access to the whole school, while the rest of us had access to basically nothing. So it's free reign to stash the body. Until we got access to that floor, the body could literally have been just left in the corridor. It wouldn't have mattered.
If she was, she would have been totally decomposed. Just like your brain.
Don't think a body decomposes after several days. It lasts a while.
Then she was being stored somewhere?
Oh, she's been stored in the morgue. Right. But
To hide a body here. To just store it somewhere?
okay, you make a good point. So, because of the morgue, we're not even sure it was several days ago. It could be ages ago.
I got it.
The kitchen. I just noticed that's an option. We've probably been eating her body since we got here. She was preserved. She was pickled in the kitchen.
Biolab? You mean on the 5th floor?
That's the one.
That's right. It's actually set up for use as a morgue.
What was this biolab supposed to be before it became a morgue? It seems odd to have 16 giant industrial morgue standard freezers on the wall of the biolab.
So it's the perfect place to hide a body. And it'd keep the body preserved at the same time.
Then you're also saying the body was moved from the biolab to the garden.
Using the almighty biotarp.
And I have no doubt that that's exactly what happened. In fact, I have proof. I got it! What makes me so sure the body was carried from the biolab to the garden is the tarp that we found in the garden. When I was checking it over again, I noticed something. I noticed that some text had been stamped on one corner of the tarp.
We really weren't thorough when we examined this the first time round, were we?
Oh, it says biolab.
Holy cow! How'd you notice that tiny little thing?
It's not that small.
Makoto's nitpicky nature seems to have surfaced with perfect timing.
Guys, I read the text on the tarp.
This proves that the tarp originally came from the biolab.
Were you all surprised that I would look at the evidence?
In fact, there's a whole stack of tarps just like it in there.
So when the killer moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it in. Then they simply left it as it was to protect against the sprinklers, and put the coat on it afterwards.
You made everything sound so amazingly consistent.
The truth has a funny way of doing that.
That's just a wild guess.
How are you sweating? You're a robot.
Where's your evidence? Prove that the body was wrapped in a tarp and moved.
No, I shan't. Remember, this court is conducted by popular vote.
There is no evidence. I was simply explaining what I think happened. But you seem to be getting pretty worked up about it, wouldn't you say?
Worked up?
Now that the conversation has turned to the topic of the biolab, you must be getting pretty nervous. Because the key to uncovering your secret identity is hidden within that room.
Too right it is.
You're talking about unmasking the mastermind?
Too right I am.
The biolab contained an inconsistency. One so major it can't be overlooked.
Too right it does. Apparently I don't know what it is. Oh no, I do know.
I can't hear you. La 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 la.
Damn it, he's got the ultimate defense.
Such a child. Oh well, just ignore him.
Hey, by the way, Makoto, what about that one thing?
Silence, bear, I'm thinking.
What one thing?
Don't answer him. He's obviously trying to distract me.
I'm talking about
You gonna tell them that I wet the bed?
your family.
My sofa? Why are you talking about my sofa?
Don't tell me you forgot about that video message.
My
So
sofa!
what do
You monster!
Are you sure your family's still okay?
I don't know, let's find out. By killing you.
Why are you bringing that up now?
Yeah, seriously, you just made me more determined.
Your mom, your dad, your little
Why is Hina so happy?
you think has happened to your family?
Hero is concerned for my family. Hina is smiling.
Are they really as safe as you might have assumed?
Look! Look on the left. Look at this. Oh, I can't see it.
Stop talking about that!
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
But my sofa! You don't understand. Seriously, how do we still fall for this kind of classic bait? Oh, you want to fight? Bring it!
Are you sure about
I am the rhythm master. Oh, that's a lot of targets.
Are you sure about this?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Punishment is waiting for you. Are you sure about this? Pro, pro, pro.
I'm out of bullets.
Are you sure about this? Pro, pro, pro. Are you sure about this?
And this is substantially more difficult than any of these rhythm games I've done before. Not that the rhythm is difficult, the rhythm is a piece of, you know.
Punishment is waiting.
I was going to use a mild curse there and I had to stop myself.
About this? Pro, pro, pro. Are you sure about this? Pro,
Damn it!
pro. Are you sure about
Okay, infinite ammo time.
Are you sure about this? Punishment is waiting for you. Are you sure about this? I'm not listening.
What? What? Biolab secret is the secret.
Proof, proof,
Okay, seems I need to shoot him with Biolab lights. It's the same thing, right?
proof, proof. Are you sure about this? I'm not listening.
This should prove it.
I mean, the lights are the secret. We're nitpicking now, but alright.
The inconsistency Kyoko's talking about is the lights.
You gaha all you like. You're not getting out of this one.
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
Like I said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue. And as part of that, a giant refrigerator was installed in there. That's where everyone who's died is stored.
Why have you been storing the corpses
And it was
anyway?
set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
Oh, so does this mean if I pulled out all of the trays, one of them would literally have a tub of butter in it? Where Mondo used to be.
In other words, if the blue light is on, that means there's a body in that slot.
But I counted up the number of blue lights that were on, including the one Mukuro was in, and there were only 9.
Why does that matter? You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
It should be 10.
I got it! 10 of the lights should have been on. Any other number is incredibly suspicious.
Suspicious? Why?
That's simple. Just recall who's died here so far, and it should become clear.
No, just recall who's still alive. Count the circle we're stood in. Hey, fool me.
That's right. Any other number should make you immediately suspicious.
Oh, I've been suspicious for a long time about this.
But according to the lights in the biolab, only 9 people were being stored there.
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
Not exactly.
I got it! The mastermind destroyed one of the bodies to get rid of evidence.
That's actually possible.
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body, since they actually killed her.
That's a good point.
And yet, her body was left alone.
Then whose body disappeared?
I don't know. I wanted to drag out all the bodies and have a look, but I was too scared. Apparently.
It may very well be that none of them disappeared.
But if that's true, then why doesn't the body count match?
Including Monokuma's executions, there have apparently been 10 deaths, but there were only 9 bodies. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm completely lost. How can the number of victims be less than the number of murders?
Because one of the deaths wasn't actually a death. The same person was killed twice. Means... Okay, I mean, there's 2 possibilities here. It's either only 9 murders took place, in which case one of them was faked, or the same person was killed twice, which means that Mukuro was a cadaver. And that would mean that Mukuro is still alive. I mean, I still think it's more likely that it was faked. Alright, fine.
Shoot!
I still think you're gonna realise that I'm right. There were only 9 murders. You notice that if I select the bottom option, it still implies there's 9 murders. Killing the same person twice does not increase the murder count. But alright, fine.
The same person was killed twice.
Killed twice?
To be fair, Hifumi's already died twice.
10 murders have been committed so far, but one of the victims may have been murdered, and then murdered again.
Murdered and murdered again?
That doesn't make sense. The first time they're murdered. The second time you're just brutalising the corpse.
If that's the case, there could have been 10 killings, but still only 9 victims.
No, because the 10th one isn't a killing. If I go up to a body and chop its head off, I didn't kill anything. I desecrated a corpse. You can only kill living things.
Technically, you're right, I guess. Still, something like that.
Could easily have happened. No, it is what happened.
Sounds like you're already convinced. Then can you tell us who was killed twice?
Yeah, sure.
It was Mukuro, of course.
Oh, right. What? What? Okay, so what this means is the death in the garden, the most recent one that we're investigating, was a cadaver that was already dead, and it was the cadaver of Mukuro, which is why the vitals are consistent with the body. So that body is Mukuro. But Mukuro was already dead, and we know about it. That means one of the previous deaths was Mukuro masquerading as someone.
Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba,
Yeah.
she was killed as someone else.
I mean, it's possible. She was a soldier. She might be good at disguise, I suppose. And there is some benefit to not revealing who you are, I guess. I can probably work this out. So, has to be a girl. How many girls have died? Sayaka, Junko, Celeste. Is that it? There's more, right? Sakura. I'm missing one, aren't I? Well, who's still alive? I need to get up to 8. Who's still alive? Toko's alive, Hina's alive, Kyoko's alive. Okay, so that's 3. And dead is supposedly Muck, Sayaka, Junko, Sakura, Celeste. Okay, that's correct. That's all of the girls. So, who could it have been? It's not Sakura, because she's way too big to be my assailant. Mukuro we know is dead. Sorry if this is boring for people, but I want to solve it before the game handholds me to the answer. Mukuro is apparently dead twice, so it's not Mukuro. Mukuro is not masquerading as Mukuro, so that leaves me with 3 people. Junko... I'm using my fingers, by the way. Like a old-school calculations detective over here. So that was Junko, Celeste, and... I always forget someone. Who do I keep forgetting? Sayaka. They all fit the profile of my attacker. Sayaka was stabbed in the stomach. There is a knife wound in the stomach. Sayaka died from a knife wound in the stomach. So you could stab the same location again and then it's not suspicious. Celeste was burned to death. It seems unlikely that it's Celeste. But not impossible. Okay, I'm down to those 3.
That's
Let's
why
progress.
the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on! Besides, who could that someone else even have been?
I'm figuring it out. I have a feeling we turned on Sayaka's handbook and it said Sayaka. At some point. We did. In the locker room case, we got the 3 defunct e-handbooks. They were Mondo's, which we thought was Leon's, Sayaka's and Junko's, and we turned them all on and they all said the right thing. Which means it's Celeste?
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
Nothing's gonna become obvious. Because Kyoko's totally delusional.
Oh, right. It's Junko, because Junko was impaled by a lot of spikes. So that would explain the multiple wounds all over the body. Yes, okay, it's Junko. So Muck masqueraded as Junko.
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono?
No.
Junko Enoshima?
Yes.
Leon Kuwata?
No.
Chihiro Fujisaki?
No.
Mondo Owada?
No.
Kiyotaka Ishimaru?
No.
Hifumi Yamada?
No.
Celestia Lu... whatever?
Ludenberg.
Or maybe... Sakura Ogami? No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice!
I mean, do I just shoot wounds all over body at Junko? I'm not being stupid, right? That's it. Also, I can extrapolate on this. So, if Muck comes into the school as the super soldier and a member of Despair, then what that means is presumably working together with the Mastermind. It makes sense that the Mastermind would kill her for a minor discretion, because that's what happened with Junko. She was killed for breaking the rules. And usually when we break the rules, we just get some kind of punishment. But she was killed on the spot, and it seemed believable. It was like a lead by example, you know, set a precedent. What will happen to people who disobey? But if Muck was masquerading as Junko, and Junko was killed, then that means the Mastermind is Junko, because we know Junko exists. We've seen Junko's handbook, you know. Junko definitely exists. And Junko was not in any of the pictures, which means we never saw Junko's actual face. So the Junko we knew might not have been Junko. It might have been Muck. It's all coming together. And we never had a class trial for Junko, even though it's obvious it was Monokuma. It's the only case where someone died, but we didn't have a class trial. But that doesn't make sense, because it was murdered by a fellow student. I don't know, I'd stop focus on that. I'm pretty sure I know what's going on.
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka?
I'm going to try shooting this, I don't know if it's right.
Junko...
Wait, that's right!
Shoot!
It's not a contradiction, I agree.
With someone else that Mukuro was killed as. Was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima, Leon
Chihiro, Mondo, Kiyotaki Fumi, Celestia,
Lu, or maybe Sakura Ogami. No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice.
Okay, so I'm shooting murdered twice. Oh, okay, I absorb. You absorb the who you think it is, and you shoot it at the murdered twice, because that's what you want to say no to.
Someone else.
Got it.
was it Junko, Leon, Chihiro, Mondo, Kiyotaki Fumi, Celestial, or maybe...
No. There's no way.
No, it's wrong.
It's all coming together. It's all making sense.
Junko.
That's all I have to say on the matter.
Wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
What do you mean?
Well, remember what happened to her?
I'm looking at that face and comparing it with muck in my mind, I'm pretty sure.
She was impaled by a bunch of spears, all over her body.
And Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body. When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered...
And the similarities match?
Yes, and those are the only fatal injuries that match up. That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
So let me see if I have this straight. Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears.
Yes, muck. Disguised as Junko.
Then her body
Which
was
isn't that
kept in the
surprising,
biolab
if you
for
accept the
however long
mastermind is
before
Junko.
being dragged out again.
And Ultimate Despair is two people, and they're working together. It's not that hard to believe that Junko convinced Muck to disguise themselves as Junko for some part of their plan, for some reason.
Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
It's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person? Wait, so then... Yeah, what does it all mean?
It's okay, Hero.
It
Let me
means that
explain.
There haven't been 10 victims.
Oh,
but
shut up.
9.
Byakuya, you take this.
Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
Obviously Junko. The one that, I mean, literally, we just proved Junko isn't dead, right?
And that's the true identity of the mastermind?
Is this a puzzle?
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
How do you people not realize this? It's so
We
obvious.
already know the answer to that. It's Mukuro. She's still alive.
We literally just said that Mukuro died masquerading as Junko, and you still don't know that Junko's still alive. What's wrong with you people?
Junko's body. And made it look like she was the one who died. So Mukuro is still alive. She's gotta be. Total silence? Then I must be right. I'm right, aren't I?
You're a fool. No, it's wrong. Why does anyone think this? This is the class trial for the death of Mukuro. She's dead. She is the body. She has to be. Monokuma isn't allowed to lie about who the trial's about.
In the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
Oh, I thought that was a pink thing. I was shooting it to get more time. Maybe I could shoot at something. What have I got for bullets?
Found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
I mean, there's two things here that are wrong.
That's right. She
Well, I don't know
made it
which one
look
I'm
like
shooting.
Junko's body was her. So the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
That's
What do you
wrong,
say,
but I don't have
Monokuma?
proof for it.
Do you give up?
I think I'm shooting Mukuro's measurements and Kyoko's testimony that it matches. That's the accusation that it's not Mukuro's body.
Found in the garden.
It was.
No, it's wrong. No, the body we found in the garden was Mukuro. That's one thing we can be sure of.
I thought we settled this ages ago, and we all... I've been running off the assumption that we knew 100% it was Mukuro for
The
a
body's
while.
appearance and measurements are consistent with her records. Right, Kyoko?
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds. Her vitals were 31, 21, 32. Everything in her profile is consistent with that corpse.
And then there's the matter of the Fenrir tattoo. So there's no question it's her.
Exactly.
But if Mukuro's not the mastermind, then who's actually still alive?
Obviously Junko, you dunces. This isn't even a question. If you know Junko didn't die because it was actually Muck dying for the first time, then obviously the person still alive is Junko. How is this a question? Does Junko still have a... Hey, Monokuma, what the hell is this? Why have you got a nameplate up there with Junko Enoshima written on it? I'm pretty sure you are Junko Enoshima, so who do I shoot? I mean, I guess I shoot this because it's the right name. But I might be shooting Monokuma here, I don't know.
Junko is still alive. It's the only possibility.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Huh?
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead, Junko does seem to be the only other explanation.
Correct.
But we saw her get impaled. She died right before our very eyes.
You are literally the one who said, so Junko, or someone pretending to be Junko, died. You said it. Have you forgotten what you said minutes ago?
If Junko were still alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade.
I thought
But
better of you,
yourself
Byakuya.
confirmed she was dead, did you not?
She was dead. There's no question. Junko was dead.
So, the idea that she's still alive.
You people.
It must be wrong.
No, don't! Oh my god, even I'm an idiot. Kyoko, save me, please.
Your previous statement?
No, I withdraw nothing.
I know you gave it your best shot, but too bad. I guess your conclusion was a dud. Too bad, too bad.
This case hasn't been decided just yet.
Oh?
You haven't given up already, have you, Makoto?
Apparently.
No, of course not. There's no way I'd give up that easy.
That's all well and good, but how do you intend to solve the problem standing in your way?
I mean, you said it yourself. It was a charade.
Mukuro absolutely died.
Then both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor story.
I think we need to look at this from the opposite direction.
Huh? The opposite direction?
Let's assume Junko is still alive. If so, how could she have survived?
We've already concluded that the body was killed twice. Oh my god. They're so slow. What is it going to be? The word charade? No. What is this word? Replicas? Duplicate? No. Can I reread the text? No. So what did it say going into this? What's the explanation for... So I'm looking for a word like charade or masquerade or disguise, aren't I? Replaced. I think. Is there even an E in this? You have to wait in.
Now I understand.
Ooh. I swear, these hangman gambits are the most difficult part of the game, by far.
That's it. What if she switched places with someone else?
Yeah, switched places, that's replaced.
Switched places? That's right. Before the spears could kill her, she got someone to take her place.
I'm an idiot.
Specifically, Mukuro Ikusaba.
Then that would make it Mukuro's corpse that showed up later.
Which is why the body's height and weight and everything match Mukuro's profile, right?
I don't know anything about this switching places thing, but that had to be Junko who got stabbed to death, right?
Why?
Yeah, you're saying they switched? When could they even have done that?
Any night, any time someone wasn't watching Junko before the game even started, whenever they pleased.
Right when she was about to die? Like she used some kind of ninja replacement technique?
Yeah, probably. That makes sense to me. Look, in the photos, we never saw Junko's face, ever. And Junko always looked exactly the same since we met her on day one. So it was never Junko.
Good point. There's just no way they could have switched like that.
Yeah, let's give up, guys.
So maybe the whole idea is wrong.
Let's just condemn ourselves to death, then. They switched right at the beginning. Obviously. Before the game even started.
Two of them may have switched places from the very beginning.
And we know there's two despairs. We know it's two people working together at some point.
Yes, from the moment we first met. If that's when they switched, then they wouldn't have had to switch at the moment of death, right? After all, the one we saw at that point would have already been Mukuro.
How did no one else catch on to this? I assume Kyoko knows all of this and she's just nodding along. But how is Byakuya not up to speed?
Hold on. So you're saying the Junko we first met was actually Mukuro all along?
Correct.
We'd already met her? I had, like, a normal conversation with her.
About donuts,
When we
no
first
less.
met, none of us knew who anyone else was. So Mukuro could have simply told us her name was Junko, and we never would have known the difference.
We did find Junko's handbook in the lockers by the big metal door, but then Junko the mastermind could easily have just left it there to keep the illusion alive. That's not
That
difficult.
could easily allow the two of them to switch places from the very beginning.
Wait, tattoo on the back of her hand, right?
That's a good point.
Junko never had any tattoo like that, did she?
That's an irritating point that I can't immediately refute.
She could have hidden it with foundation or something like that.
Oh, thank Lord there's someone here who knows about makeup.
If she did, it likely melted away in the explosion, exposing the tattoo after the body was extinguished. Plus, there were the fake nails found on the hands of Mukuro's body. They were the same fake red nails she was wearing when we all met for the first time.
I mean, I'm not going to put too much stock into that, because you could easily
She really did use foundation.
take the nails off or put nails on.
Correct. Even if there was no tattoo on her hand, I couldn't say for certain it wasn't Mukuro. So I'm glad nobody noticed that glaring hole when we were trying to figure out who attacked Makoto.
Good point.
But too bad for you, Monokuma. You can't deny it anymore.
Wait, so this whole thing was a setup from the very beginning?
Why are you surprised? Do you think this game went off without any kind of forward planning?
That's true. It was quite an elaborate plan, to be sure. Making it look like Mukuro was Junko.
What's wrong? Are you broken?
The reason such an elaborate plan was possible is because the two of them were working together.
So Mukuro, the ultimate despair, teamed up with someone like her.
The ultimateur
In
despair.
other words, it would be fair to say that Junko herself was also the ultimate despair.
Seems that way. Oh, he's sad.
What's wrong? Lost the will to fight back?
I think he's just afraid.
Afraid? What's that mean, afraid? Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear is an alien concept to me.
Then why haven't you been saying anything?
Because it's a bunch of nonsense. Junko's my secret identity?
Quiet, Junko.
As if.
Then why did you try and protect Junko's real identity?
I tried to protect her identity? When did I do that?
I don't know. I mean, when you blew her up, I suppose. The first time was during our latest investigation. I mean, I suppose the wounds kind of suggest it. Kind of.
Shoot!
Damn it. I mean, I think the group photos are one of the two cases, but I imagine it's the second. But I'll offer it up now, I suppose.
Shoot!
Oh, okay, I just got it. Right, Monokuma forcibly stopped me watching the DVD before it got to Junko. Or presumably I would have seen that her face was different. But that doesn't make sense, because Kyoko's watched the DVD, hasn't she? Alright, you kill us all.
I refuse to give up yet.
Okay. The group photo is correct. It's coming up. Trust me. It'll be the second point.
The two of them.
Yes, speed it up. How many times are we going to watch this poor girl get impaled? I say poor girl, she's orchestrated a child murder game. She's not that much of a poor girl, but still. Right, did we really go through all this much text? Right. Sorry, here you go, the DVD. Enjoy.
I got it! While I was in the AV room, watching the DVD of our interviews with the headmaster.
Wait, if Kyoko has watched this DVD before, that means Kyoko knows full well that Junko doesn't look anything like she looked like at the start. And she just sat there on this piece of information, not saying a damn word.
You made sure I couldn't finish watching the video. And the reason you did that is because you didn't want me to see the real Junko, did you?
Oh, yeah! If everyone was in that video, of course Junko would have had to show up.
And if Makoto saw the real Junko, it would have been totally obvious that the Junko we met was an imposter.
Well, you got your claws out.
That whole power outage thing was just a fluke.
Alright, well, let's try again right now then, shall we? It's the photo. I know it's the photo. Oh, not this again. Don't growl at me.
Are you sure about this? What are you even talking about?
He makes some very strong counter-arguments, I'll give him that.
Are you sure about this? What are you even talking about?
He's put my tempo down. That's it, we'll go in this mode. I wanted to do it without resorting to magic mode. Whatever the hell this is called, but... You made me do this.
That's impossible!
This should prove it.
I'm kind of proud I noticed the photo. I don't know how hard it was to realise that Junko was obscured from every photo. Maybe it
The
was,
video wasn't
you know,
the
very
only thing
easy.
You tried to cover up. You did the same thing with this group photo.
But I felt smart, alright?
Uh-oh.
That's what I'd like to
I
hear.
noticed it just a little while ago, when we were all comparing the photos we got. In all the photos, there's a certain similarity, an unusual circumstance.
What's so unusual about them?
How did you manage to find so many photos where you can't see Junko's face? That's quite impressive.
I got it! Junko's face. The one thing common to every single photo is that you can't see her face.
Okay, game, I got it.
It's hard to believe her face would just happen to be hidden in every single picture, don't you think?
I do think.
On top of that, in this photo, you can see that Mukuro is clearly visible. So in other words, at that point, the two of them hadn't switched yet. With all that in mind, there's no doubt that the girl whose face is hidden here is the real Junko.
Agreed.
Which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face. Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed that the Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew.
Xanadu!
Xanadu will not save you
I
now.
believe everything Makoto said is true. Junko and Mukuro switched places before we met either of them.
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look like she'd died. And the real Junko is still alive.
And she's the one behind this whole murderous situation. This killing game.
I think we got you.
She's the true
Banged her
mastermind
rights.
and the ultimate despair.
Xanadu times 2!
With this, the identity and
I don't really
the
understand that
crimes of the
saying.
mastermind have been exposed.
No, wait! Hold on!
Don't bother trying to deny it. There's no more room for debate. You don't have anywhere left to run. I'll prove everything. Right now.
Will I? I mean, yes, let's do it. Oh, right. gotcha. Act 1. Hello, everyone. Hello, we are all friends here. Hi. My name is Junko. I'm definitely Junko. Definitely. I don't know what the hell is supposed to go here. I mean, my instinct is just to put this one here because, I mean, it's got Junko in it. Okay, good. I'm gonna stomp on this bear. Oh god, I'm dead, but I'm not me, I'm me. Spooky stuff. Mysterious person, could be anyone. In Act 3, I walk into the morgue. And I take out the body. I carry the body on my hands, because I'm very strong. I leave her on the floor of the garden. Next, I get myself a mask. And then I'm gonna go stab Mr. Naegi. I think that one probably goes there. Maybe. Oh, then I wake up a little bit. And I see you trying to stab me. The knife's coming down. Kyoko with the heroic moves. I mean, piecing this bit together here is actually kind of tricky. I'll save that. Okay, so you get here, you take the mask off, and you put the mask on the body. Yep, the mask goes on the body. Act 5, we all find the body. Mastermind goes, haha, they found the body. Lifts up the mask, and then the Mastermind remotely detonates the bomb, exploding the body, leaving the charred corpse. Okay, I'm happy with all of that. So what am I not happy with? I'm not particularly happy with this, but I don't know what else could go here. What is this a picture of? I genuinely don't know what this is. I was going to say let's start at the end, but okay, here's the end. I think I was already at the previous end. So this is to do with the fight in my room, I'm pretty sure. The incinerator is nothing. This could also be to do with the fight in my room. This is nothing. This is when Taka was moved on the top in the previous case. I don't see where the bomb's going anywhere. This is you carrying the wrapped up body, doesn't seem relevant. Don't know what this is. That's me waking up, that's you attacking me. I think that has to be right, even though I don't really understand what it's saying. This feels right. Carrying the body doesn't feel right. I want to get this right the first time. I think it'll be good. I mean, this image is the same as this image, so I think it can't be this again, right? I don't think you would carry the body, then carry the body. I think you could pull the body out, then you carry the body. You've got to show the bodies come from the mall. Yeah, that's right, that's fine. So this is the tricky bit. Then am I happy with everything else? I think I am. So how do we think this goes down? Can I move these around? No. So this book has nothing to do with anything. Originally I thought it was me waking up, but me waking up is here. Do I not wake up then? Do I not wake up until like after the attack? Kyoko isn't in the room at this point, is she? Maybe it's Kyoko sees someone coming to kill me. And then as the attack starts, Kyoko makes big dramatic save. I mean, maybe like that? It's so hard to tell which way around these are supposed to go. Okay, these are all used. I'm happy it's not the incinerator, all this, all this, all this, all this, or whatever the hell that is. All this, all this. I'm happy with the pieces I've used, but they might be in the wrong order. I guess we give it a go.
You!
Cue that music.
We met the ultimate fashionista, Junko and Oshima, right after we all arrived here. But that wasn't the real Junko. The girl we saw before us was actually the 16th student who had taken Junko's place. And that girl's name was Mukuro Ikusawa. But it wasn't long before she died at the hands of Monokuma. In other words, the mastermind, Junko and Oshima. Her body was kept in a biolab, which had been converted into a morgue until Junko decided to put her body to use.
Dun dun dun.
Junko dragged the body out of the biolab, using the tarp to carry her to the garden. She fabricated the murder to try and frame Kyoko, who proved to be one big thorn in her side.
It's amazing how often tarps are the solution to everything in this school.
Meanwhile, she wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school.
Alright, well, let's see how this pans out. Okay, well, maybe it's like this. Maybe you admire your knife before stepping in. How's that?
Killer is you! Meanwhile, she wanted...
Put the mask on. Look at my amazing knife. Isn't it wonderful? Okay, I suppose this makes more sense. Kyoko shouts, and then the Junko is shocked. That makes sense, I guess.
You! Meanwhile, she wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school.
What
So
are
she
you
put
doing?
on a mask and then attacked me. After making sure I'd gotten a good look at the mask, she left the room. Then she put the same mask on Mukuro's body. This was all to make us think the person who attacked me and the corpse were one and the same. She wanted us to believe the murder had only recently taken place.
This is a very convoluted plan you came up with.
Finally, by strapping a bomb to the body, she was able to destroy any remaining evidence. She needed to hide the body's true identity. She had to make sure we didn't find out it was actually the same person we'd met in the beginning. This is the truth behind Mukuro's murder. And the one who carried it all out is the true mastermind. The one controlling Monokuma. The real Junko and Oshima. That's the whole story behind this incident. Well, what do you have to say to that?
I expect you will execute yourself. Pronto. Post haste.
What? Are you broken again?
You can't get out of this, so don't even try.
You look a little sad there, Monokuma.
Come on! It's time you finally revealed yourself!
It's not like you're an endangered species or something. How long do you plan to keep hiding?
Endangered species don't need to keep hiding. That's not the way it works.
Give it up, Junko. The game's over.
Over?
Yes. It's over. Much like this video. We'll continue the trial in the next episode. Hopefully you join me for that, and I shall see you then. Ha ha, take that.